Now, a new report that's been looking at the criminal justice system's response to rape allegations has found that there is a culture of finger-pointing and a deep division between police and prosecutors over low conviction rates.
It added that responses to allegations often lacked focus, clarity and commitment, with an underlying tension between the police and the Crown Prosecution Service, leading to a blame culture about who is responsible for low levels of convictions.
Well, the report also identified a more cautious attitude towards investigating and prosecuting rape cases than other alleged offences. Well, joining us now to talk about this is Felicity Gerry QC with Libertas Chambers and is author of the Sexual Offences Handbook. Felicity, great to have you with us this morning. This report is incredibly worrying, not least because of the serious nature of this crime, but also because of the terrible record on prosecutions that already exists in this country.
Yeah, look, I've dealt with cases involving sexual offending all over the world. I think in 1 year I did 42 rape cases, either prosecuting and defending. And I think the overwhelming outcome from this report is that they all need to stop squabbling and get on with the job. It's so important to investigate rape cases correctly and collaboratively. Otherwise, we're not serving victims and we risk poor charging decisions, which can also affect those who are accused. So it's a pretty disappointing report and creates a serious concern about how cases are being investigated in England and Wales in particular.
For years now, we seem to have heard nothing but bad news coming out. When we talk about sort of rape convictions, when we talk about how the police and the Crown prosecution handle it. I mean, the figure is up to March 2020, 1.4% of rape cases recorded by the police resulted in a suspect being charged. I mean, on one hand, I'm thinking that's dismal, but on the other hand, I'm thinking it's almost too bad to believe. How can it be so dismal? What is happening so that such a low number of cases are prosecuted?
Look, there's a serious problem with violence against women and girls all over the world, and that doesn't exclude the United Kingdom. And prosecuting rape allegations is one aspect of the solution. We have to recognise that this is a serious crime, needs to be taken seriously, and failing to do so, to prosecute properly or failing to investigate properly, means that our criminal justice system is dysfunctional, and that isn't good for victims and allows impunity for violent conduct. So, of course, these cases are difficult, and, you know, putting it bluntly, the vast majority of cases involve no dispute that penetration has occurred, but the issue is whether or not someone has consented or whether or not the other person had reasonable belief in consent. And then, of course, one has to ask whether or not a jury can be sure about the allegation. And all of those issues, when one gets the proper tests that one has to apply in court, mean that you need to investigate correctly, calmly, unemotionally, collaboratively, and because unless the importance of these cases is understood and progressed, then mistakes will be made and either cases will not be brought or people will be wrongly accused. And those sorts of figures suggest that there is still an absolute failure to do what we're supposed to have committed to doing, which is tackling the problem with violence against women and girls. So, look, even down to the communication by email, the report says that people involved in the criminal justice system in these in the Crown Prosecution Service and the Police Service are communicating by email and not even speaking to each other. And that seems to me to be a serious problem because cases need proper collaborative preparation, strategic input, and analysis as to what direction a case should go in order for it to be properly prosecuted or discontinued if it's a case that shouldn't be before the courts.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.